welcome back for your love and general read. Those of you who are new, a very warm welcome, and those of you returning, thanks guys for returning. Now if you want to book in, the link is below. I'm a psychic medium as well as a twin flame and a spiritual coach. Any other videos you can find directly linked in the box, and if you do subscribe, the live sessions that I cover for the moon energy, astrology and twin flame path, you're able to ask free questions from a psychic medium. Now we're going to get tuned into your read. I did have to stop because I got a phone call. And it's interesting what's coming through from the transition of the beginning of the month to mid-month for you guys. You guys are ready to walk through a door, okay? Now, I'm hearing take a leap of faith. These changes are going to cause massive inspiration. So it's like there's a shift in the energy. It's like whatever you were waiting for, it's now proceeding forward, and it's almost like a shock factor. So you're also going to have to look at the 5D and trust in the process I'm hearing. Even if in the past you were having bad luck, I do feel some of it in a communication sense, you know, of you didn't speak your truth or you had things on your chest that you needed to get off. You're going to have the ability to. But this other person or other energies around you, it might be action speaking louder than words now, more currently. You know, even if there was no movement before, it's moving where it's not coming from your side of the fence. These shifts around you are directly impacting you, but for the better, I'm hearing. Currently where you stand, you may need to actually forgive some past wrongdoings. You may also be getting to a point where you're just wanting balance in your life and you're like, whatever's to come, you're really knowing that it's divinely guided. I also feel as though, you know, this is the time to rebuild. So even if adversity and situations were happening in the past that weren't in balance, it is coming back to a foundational balance. Your employment's still looking really interesting. You've got the Judgment card come up. And I feel that really you're having this light bulb moment of inspiration where you may be becoming more creative. It might be a home-related business, but you need to make room. So you might be shifting things around and incorporating that, or there can be a delay until you move home for those who want to run a home-based business. So you kind of feel blocked to a degree. It is what's working for you though, because you're actually manifesting and meditating upon what is going to work, how it would work, how you could fit it, what style home you'd want. And again, those of you working in a direct location, it may be a shift of that energy or a change in atmosphere and room for movement within your career, but you're going to be making a judgment. What won't be working for you is if you hate the job, okay? If you hate the job, it's blocking you. And if it's not in alignment with you, sometimes these doors close, but it's not to say no, it's to say do it a different way, or why is it no longer in alignment with you? You know, codependent frequencies that way we have, and especially for Taurus this year, with Uranus being in Taurus, it's whatever's going to take you to that higher point, okay? The biggest spiritual growth for you guys this year. So being real with the situation and knowing that if it's not in alignment with you, you're going to end up shifting it. Even if you might have fair-based frequency about it, it's going to change regardless. So, you know, don't delay the inevitable. You must be in love with the path. Anything you're working on, person, place, thing, or employment, or your own business venture. Do what you love and love what you do. Your finances. It can be you're waiting for a judgment, okay? And again, it can be paperwork you're signing for this money to come in. It might be quite a critical time. You might be looking at finances quite critically and being very mature about it. What won't help you is looking at it and feeling that there's no solution. I do feel inspirational wise there will be a solution, but you need to look outside the box. Anything that's being taken away is to replace and trust in the process. So if you're homebound at the moment and you're like, look, I've been trying to seek employment, it's not working. I do feel shifting energies in the home will be relevant. I do feel shifting items in your home can balance that energy flow, the chi energy. I'm also feeling as though there is a problem outside there's a problem, but the solution's outside the box, so it's doing something differently. This can even be having a critical eye on your finances and looking at things at a simplistic way, and balance your lower chakras to alchemize that finance coming in. But I do feel a major decision at a financial level for you guys mid-month. Your tribe and the people you're involved with at the moment, they could be quite blocked spiritually at the moment. So, you know, you're not finding it a benefit. But at the same time, it's like it's a them problem. It's not a you problem. So try not to own those energies. What isn't working for you is doing the work for them, okay? So understand that if it's not emotionally fulfilling, don't mix with these people, places, things. And yes, you have the perspective, and it was coming through in the beginning of the month for you, but you can't take on other people's burdens. Let them resolve it. It's their work. Now, this love interest for you. Internally, they feel like they're a failure. And it might be due to something that went wrong and seeing the truth of a matter. They got falseness in reverse. So internally, they're seeing a past tense situation and they've tried, and they may be going through something that is affecting them at the moment at an emotional, spiritual, financial level. But I don't feel this is not connected to you. This is theirs. And it's in a family-related domain. And that came back at the beginning of the month, putting their eggs in all one basket. A past tense scenario that they're dealing with. And they have sadness in relation to that. They thought it was going to turn out differently. And it's purging of that. I don't feel love. I feel more pain. But there is love around them and they have love towards you. Okay, so in their crown they know that, but they're trying to tie up these loose ends in their life to proceed forward. Externally to them, they're handling two ways of this going about. It can be two children, it can be two direct situations, and they're learning a lot about it. They're hard lessons I'm hearing. They could be a teacher. Yep, they're taking their power back, okay? So they're trying to bring balance into their life in these two areas. There's two direct areas they are learning a lot about. There's a lot of lessons and karmic lessons, but they're actually taking their power back, and they're utilising their inner child work, and they've got two solar plexus cards, okay? And this is their identity, this is their direction, this is their clarity, their self-discipline. It's everything to do with their assertiveness, but it's all to do with their childhood wounds. Again, there could be children involved, and it had created them where they were in hermit mode due to these things and feeling they couldn't proceed forward due to children, due to a belief in their childhood. But they are proceeding forward. You're coming through as the King of Swords internally. You're trying to have compassion towards the situation and towards yourself and towards a past tense scenario that didn't turn out the way you had hoped it would. You're also purging and being more realistic about what love is and what love isn't. Just because you are or aren't with someone doesn't mean there's no love, and you're being honest with yourself about some of these pain body experiences. Externally to you, you're manifesting this very quick change. It hasn't ended, okay? So the connection is still there. By visualizing and balancing your lower chakras, I do feel by the Sagittarius moon, this energy is going to shift for you. The stagnation is temporary. It's so this judgment can come about, and I feel divinely guided to say that universe is assisting you. And your hopes are going to return through this process. And again, as I said, your crowning energy that you had at the beginning of the month has come. A complete karmic end of what no longer relates to either side of the fence, and what was not, what you're no longer committed to. So old karmic cycles ending out. I feel a lot of paperwork. Follow your intuition with her. I know you know this is coming. Some of you can be dealing with a legal system. Some of you are dealing with new contracts coming in. You know that this is part of a process. You're observing it. Some of it can be quite shocking, but I do feel it's divinely guided, and you're going to get your wish and your fulfillment. I feel it's at the end stage of it. We will check in during the month. Obviously, I'm going to have the Twin Flame Soulmate read, so you can go ahead and look at those. And I will see you on the other side.